was the craziest circumstances under which you created a song? Or a song that you created that was really a reflection of something that you were going through at the time, and you put it in the music, and nobody knows?
Great question. You remember the song Long Gone?
Long Gone By.
On the Guy album.
Yeah.
I Want to Be Long Gone. You know, that was when my brother got killed. He's like our brother, Brandon from Rex and Effect.
Yeah.
And then my best friend Vaughn Drew got killed in front of the rooftop. When all that happened, you know, and I seen my life before me, which you'll read in the book, we were held at gunpoint, and they were extorting my partner, Gusto, rooftop. I just said to myself, you know, I gotta get out of here. Because you know how we are. Either we gonna be killed or
Somebody gotta go.
Yeah,
we
kill or
gotta
be
kill
killed.
somebody. So I didn't want that to bring that on my family. And I have, you know, my family have, how you say, planted the seeds. My Uncle Willie, my brother Sam, my brother Sifu, and the brothers, Abdul Mutakabir, and these are all the brothers that looked out for me when I was going through what I was going through. With Gene or anybody, it doesn't matter. They've been there for me. And I said, you know what? I gotta be long gone. It was a guy from my block who wanted to, kidnap me. And my family got into it. You know, they were all, I had 3 teams, by all means necessary.
Right.
You gotta go.
Right.
And when it happened, I had my team. They were
When he attempted.
about it. Yeah, when he attempted. He was actually waiting, because my apartment was on the first floor.
Right.
So he actually,
This is hustling or music?
nah, this is me doing music
Wow.
and him, you know, trying to find a lick. It was a long lick. So my team was, you know, my cousins, they were all police and DEA. And then my brothers were all older brothers and older big homies were,
Right.
you know, hustlers and killers. And they all went and planned to go get him either way. And for some reason, I don't know what he was on, but he stood right there at that bench with his guns and everything. And that man right there and the crew went up there. They were going to get him. By the time they got up there, he was getting arrested. It saved his life. It saved his life.
The 2 crews was coming together. That's community action right there. When the drug dealers and the police come together for some shit right here. Right.
So we had, how you say, they wasn't dirty police, but they, you know.
It's family. Like,
It's family,
we're not
right.
gonna let this happen.
It was family.
It's family, right.
And then I didn't want to get my Uncle Willie in it, but there was a point where my Uncle Willie, because that was another thing that happened. Gene Griffin, you know, kind of had a contract on my life, and it was surfacing around the streets, and it got to my Uncle Willie. And when it happened, you know, my Uncle Willie was like, no. My Uncle Willie's tapped into everybody, Nicky Bonds, everybody. Because he owned a lot of the bars here in Brooklyn and in Manhattan. He owned the bars where the police go in and have donuts.
Right. Wow.
The ABC bar
The ABC
on
bar,
25th
right.
Street.
Correct.
So I didn't want that to get, you know, too out of hand. So he basically called a meeting. You guys ever heard of the Flash Inn?
No.
Flashing.
Flash Inn was the only bar in Harlem that the Mafia's own. It was a red bar. And y'all know why it was red.
Correct.
Even the floors was red.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Right. We don't gotta put down plastic.
Yeah. You don't know. Yeah.
So it's on 155th Street, 155th, on 7th Avenue. So
Okay.
look up the Flash Bar. You'll see like mafias getting busted or killed in that same bar.
Wow.
It's down the block from Polo Grounds, no? That's right.
Huh?
That's down the block from the Polo Grounds.
That's right. No,
It's
up the hill.
Up the hill, right, on top of it,
you got
right.
the steps.
Right.
That red bar.
Right.
Wow.
That place had the best Italian food. And you know, if you're going in there, so my uncle called the meeting in there. I was like, I seen that place on the news. I was nervous, and guess what? My witness is Joe Black.
Okay.
He came with me. He was there, and we went in there, and they made, I don't know, it's a big time, I wouldn't say hustler, because he was just a boss. His name was Country. My uncle and Country are like this. Country is an advisor and consultant of Nicky Bonds and a few of the bosses up in Harlem and down in Brooklyn. And they the one who made Gene Griffin come to the bar. If he didn't come, then he wasn't able to come to Harlem. So I'm nervous as shit. I'm going in this spot with my uncle. He said, "No, what you gonna do? You just gonna walk in and you're gonna sit down where I tell you to sit down. We're gonna do all the talking. You're just gonna sit there because if you find him lying, if you say he's a liar, you leave the bar. You and Joe, y'all leave the bar and we'll do the rest. You ain't got to know nothing more than that. Just you leave the bar." And we sitting in there, and I'm like, I ain't saying nothing. And my Uncle Willie started the whole thing. He said, "What's this shit about you trying to kill my nephew? You got contract? What's this?" And he just spilled his guts, was almost in tears, and
When he spilled his guts, what was he saying?
he said, "Man, it's like my son. I would never have a contract out on him." He said, "Well, why this shit surfacing? It's getting through the mosque, it's getting here. Why are we hearing this? It's gotta be some truth to this." He said, "Either you gonna confess, or you gonna tell us this is what it is, and whatever you have going on, stand the F down. Because if we hear anything, it's not gonna be nice." So I'm hearing all of this, and then he said, "Nephew, go ahead, leave."
Oh, shit.
You like, whoa.
So I sidebarred with him, and I said,
Don't do that to that man.
don't hurt him. Same thing with Alpo. Y'all didn't hear his interview.
I
He
did.
said, "You know, we was even going to kill Gene for Teddy.
Right.
He stopped us."
Wow.
I stopped everybody because at the end of the day, it's my godfather. At the end of the day, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't know you guys.
Right.
So there's some things that I have standards, and I'm a forgiving child of God. And my standards, you know, I live up to my standards. You know, I die by my standards. So I basically said, don't do anything to him. I don't think he's a liar. I just think that people are spreading words and it's making him look bad. But
Did you believe that in your heart?
my thing was I didn't want to see anybody go. I didn't want to see him go.
You knew walking
You know,
out that
before he
restaurant.
passed, I was with him. You know, we got back together.
Right.
But not for music or anything. It was because he was my godfather. And I just wanted to make peace. That's all I'm about, is keeping the peace so we continue as a people can continue doing business and doing things together. If we ever could get together, do you know, this world would be a change and they will get it. You know, I just really feel like we're against the wrong people. We're against ourselves.
Right.
And if we could ever, I'm talking to the young ones out there, man, if we could ever come together, and they always say we always fight our brothers and our sisters in our homes.
Yeah.
We fight against our brothers and sisters when it comes to fighting somebody outside. We don't do it.
It's true.
We stand down.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that is keeping us down as a culture.
Are these some of the things that are in the book that like?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I crash out over black women for the record. Immediately. That's the line in the sand for me. I don't care what's going on.
That's a tough road to walk
Yeah, it is.
because the people that you save, like case in point, are the people who may mean ill will towards you.
That is true.
So how do you decipher on who to save and who to let burn?
Sometimes you have to find out and see. I felt like Rich Porter didn't have to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Had he stayed, Alpo would probably still be living. They had it to where they could have conquered Harlem, but it was too much greed. That's the one thing that I've learned. Being in the business, you can't be greedy. You got to share. And I've shared, even to the point where I went broke for sharing. But when you have street smarts, you can come back.
Are you
can
still
come
as
back.
generous?
Huh?
Are you still as generous when you come back?
No.
You kind of figure it out.
You gotta know when to fold them.
Right. Right.
And that's the one thing you learn. You learn from your mistakes. If you ain't learn from your mistakes, it's your fault the next time.
Right.
But you put it in a position to where I'm a chess player. I'm a true chess player. I've been playing chess since I was 9. And that's also one of the things that helps me get through life. You can forgive. You remember, you never forget. You don't have to work with the person you forgive.
Correct.
You just know between you and the Spirit of God that you forgave and you gave it an opportunity. So I've given a lot of opportunity, especially to my groups, to where now I feel like I have to move on.
What is the consistent that you've noticed in each group when, you guys are on top of the world at one point? It's working. Whatever system is in play is working. But at some point, somebody feels slighted. Somebody feels ignored. Somebody's
greedy.
Somebody's greedy,
You
period.
know why?
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.